Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we generally work with the energy of the moon, but today we're talking about the sun that is in Libra, and for you, that is in your 10th house of career. Interesting. And so then we have that new moon, this opportunity to plant your seeds of intention about where you want to take things in the career sector, and that is followed by the full moon that's happening in your home sector. So what do you need to clear out? What's holding you back from having everything that you want in the home situation? That'll be something of focus when that full moon happens on October 13th in your 4th house. But the new moon happens on the 28th of September in your house of career. So where's that going to take you? Something to be thinking about. All right, so yesterday, to get into everybody's energy, I made an appointment with Spirit. I really did. I said, hey, I'm going to go down to the beach and I'm going to sit and meditate on the signs. And so what I did was I settled in, took a deep inhale in, exhaled out. And then I felt into the energy. What did I hear? What caught my attention? What did I smell? What all the senses, right? Including what visions got or whatever. So for you, I heard gray skies are going to clear up. And then I noticed between this patch of trees, like all the trees, they formed like this viewpoint. The sky was super blue through there, like totally blue. And so I felt like it was like you might need to do a little navigation. You might need to really focus in. Focus in on what it is you want to do in order to get where you want to go with this. So gray skies are going to clear up. So if you've been having stalls in the career sector, if it's been feeling stormy, cloudy, I feel like the opportunities are coming to you. So plant your seeds of attention in that way. I said, what else does this mean? And I heard follow the light. I said, what light? And they're like, the light within. So listen to your inner guidance, your intuition. What do you feel? What do you think? What inspirations come to you? Start keeping a journal if you aren't already doing it. And then I really felt into where I was sitting. All of a sudden, I was very aware of me sitting on the ground. I was very aware of the way the earth felt underneath me, and I want to encourage you as an earth sign to remain as grounded as possible. So sitting in meditation on the ground, imagining roots coming from you down into the surface, into the earth to draw the energy up. Maybe gardening, whatever it takes for you to stay grounded and focused. So grounded and focused. So feet firmly planted on the ground and aiming for the stars kind of feeling, right? And so you might need... Oh, and then my crown chakra lit up. Crown chakra's up here. And so yes, that divine light coming down. And so chakra alignment from root to tip. Really, there's videos, there's meditations to walk you through that. There's lots of things and aspects on YouTube to get you there. But you can just also imagine the light coming in like a big bright light funneling down in and just shooting back and forth and lighting up the different chakras, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, well, indigo, and then the bright purple light up the top, violet. So you can do that for yourself anytime you want. All right, so I do want to offer an opportunity. I only have 15 slots available. I'm very limited on time, but I wanted to make as personal of a reading as I could for people, as affordable as I could. And so I can do a monthly reading, 15 of these. It will incorporate the same cards I'm using today, but also incorporating a chakra clearing card. Chakras, what chakras do you need to be working on? How can you get that in alignment? When I say a card, the Spirit sometimes throws me like 12 cards. Then we have true love reading. These cards right here really give great advice on steps you can take to heal yourself, to make it easier for you to have the relationship that you would like to get to. We have the abundance angels because, of course, getting our finances is always important, and I like a nice next step kind of thing. And with this being in your 10th house, that might be very useful. And then soul coaching. I wanted to give you that attaboy from Spirit, right? And so when I was talking to one of the earlier signs, I also saw the postcards from Spirit show up in my head, and so I will also draw from those. And then we have the Dragon Oracle because we are going through this big transition, and when we get to that new moon eclipse in your sign of Capricorn on January 11th. With all the energies that are going on, 2020 is going to be big for everybody. And so I wanted to introduce you to some dragon energy to help you navigate the ascension process at that time. And so I wanted to pull from there. So let's get into this week, this month. Interesting. So you have be patient and be focused. The Kingfisher also showed up for Sagittarius. And it showed up in another version for Libra, maybe. So if those are significant in your chart. So the Kingfisher, this is sitting and patiently waiting for the opportunity to grab the fish. And fish represents financial success. And so when you get the Kingfisher showing up in your career sector, that tells me that there is opportunity, but it's going to take focus, right? That light shining through that narrow thing. So focus and patience. Effort, of course, but focus and patience. Tiger, accept your magnificence. So step out into your power. Be willing to show who you are. Be willing to show your stripes. Be willing to stand up for who you are. Show the world how magnificent you are, how great you are in your ability to manifest what you want to do. But we have the Llama, which is about setting those clear, healthy boundaries. And of course, Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn, which is all about healthy boundaries. And so that, to me, also denotes that whole, because we also have, stuff going on with the full moon happening in your house of home. That's work-life balance. That's not letting, so we have these career goals and we really want to go for them, but don't let them deplete the opportunity for you to also create what you want, manifest what you want in your home life. And so healthy boundaries, sometimes, that's like, you might be a salaried employee and you have the opportunity to pick up a little overtime. Pay attention to what that really means, because after like 3 hours of overtime, the taxes go up so high that you actually lose money. I shouldn't say lose money. You make more money than you would have made, but you make less per hour. And so determining what that really means to you is something like, it's your time and your money. What's it worth to you, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Also, if you are a salaried employee, not hourly, then, setting boundaries and limits as to what your actual business hours are. If you are self-employed, you need to also set limits and boundaries for yourself about what your actual limits are. Wow, that is a lot of cards to come out for the key to the situation. All right, so I'm going to do the 9-card spread, which is clearly more than 9 cards already. Spirit does like to chat. That's why we get along. So here we go. The center group of cards is going to be the key to the situation. And then we're going to cover the past, the present, the future. Okay. The past, the present, and the future. And and they each section has assigned a meaning to it based on the Norman cards. Okay, so here's this. This came out in the reverse. This is really, I would not want it in the upright, so I'm glad it came in the reverse. So in the upright, this is about looking around at all that you've lost. But when it's in the reverse, this is about, wait a minute, that treasure chest just fell open and there were hidden coins and opportunities that I didn't see. And so I feel like patience, showing your true colors, setting those healthy boundaries. But if you've suffered some kind of a change in your financial status or your career situation or whatever, hang in there, because that looks like maybe you haven't noticed it yet. Be patient, be focused. Maybe you had 2 jobs and now you're down to 1, or they cut back your hours, and it just gives you more opportunity to okay. So here we go. This would actually be like this. Yes. All right. So some of these cards, it really matters whether they're in the upright or not. And this one, it matters because this is the architect. You are talking about what you want to build. But see, the architect is pointing, and it really matters where he's pointing. So he's pointing to the future, which is great. Now, these came in the reverse, but I'm not really concerned about that because what this is you getting in touch with Spirit. You asking for protection and guidance from St. Michael. And you paying attention to the messages that you are being sent. Maybe you have been so focused on your career that you haven't been listening, or maybe you've just been sort of missing them. But right now is the time to tune in. To tune in to the messages from Spirit. What are you hearing? And asking for the help and the guidance, the protection of the angels and the guides. Spirit cannot help you without your permission. You have free will. And so this becomes very important. And so Spirit wants to bring you in messages. You need to ask for the help and the guidance, and then you need to be open to listening so that you can receive them, right? All right, in the recent past, you were healing. You were seeking healing of the heart. This is very emotional healing when it's Raphael. It could be physical healing. Perhaps you had something happen that was a setback for you financially because in your career or whatever because you got hurt. And so the healing, getting more information on it, more way through it. But so now you have two angels specifically that have shown up here to ask for our guidance to lead you forward. We have Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. In the current situation, you are, where do I commit? You are thinking about commitment, but it was in the reverse, which tells me you haven't decided yet. But there is some sort of a commitment that you are looking at. I think this is about where do you take your time, your talent, where do you put the healthy boundaries, what are you being focused on? So committing to the process. Also, this makes me think of legal matters. So make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's and that you're paying attention to the details. And this could also be about the marriage, right? The commitment. In the future, Spirit wants to talk to you. Open the door and let him in. You have to ask for the guidance, ask for the protection. Yes, in an emergency, angels will appear out of nowhere, but otherwise it really requires your intervention of asking. So ask. Spirit wants to guide you, wants to bring you the light. This is inner knowing. This is inner light. Remember, follow the light within. Stay focused on where you're going. You're going to need the light and the guidance from Spirit bringing it in. So be sure to ask for it and then be listening for it. In the recent past, you were not sure if your intuition was on the mark. Something may have happened that made you wonder, how did I get here? Why did this happen? Was I not paying attention? What happened here? So this feels like there's a lot of anxiety around whether or not you can trust your intuition. Spirit wants you to open the door. They have messages for you. I say trust your intuition. I say trust your intuition. And honestly, as I develop in my spiritual awareness, I don't always interpret everything fully. Like I get some of it and I miss other pieces of it. And so sometimes I really am tuned into all the pieces and I get a much clearer picture. This is one of the reasons I like laying out so many cards. But in my day-to-day life as I go through, I'll notice something, but I miss other things. And so the information is available, but I'm not always tuned in. I'm not always paying attention. And then I'm like, oh man, I should have done this. I should have listened to that. You know, when you're like, oh, I should have done that. So it's kind of that information in the future. Okay, so your ship was on fire. You aren't wrong, but like you're looking forward. This is an awareness that something wasn't working out, something in the heart space hurt, but you're looking forward. And so the key is pointing to the ship, to being on fire, but the key is looking forward. The key is navigating. You are being protected through this time of fire, right? We have Archangel Michael here to protect you. Spirit is bringing you information and guidance to build your future. They are asking you to listen, to pay attention. Gray skies are going to clear up. But it's going to take focus. It's going to take listening. It's going to take staying grounded, not getting caught up in the emotional waves. And in the past, the obstacle was exactly that. It's the emotional waves. It's the self-reflection, but it's also the reflection of how you are acting, that other people are acting in response to you. So are you balancing that? That's kind of an obstacle to overcome, is the whole, can I navigate these emotional waters? Am I putting out into the universe what I want to get back? And when we're talking about, I see that full moon, that makes me think about the fact that this energy is happening in your 4th house of home. You know, are you putting in the time and effort at home? Is that why your ship's on fire? Have you been so busy trying to build your fortune that you forgot and neglected the area of the heart, and your ship is on fire? Now's the time to tune in and try to make some, adjustments. Adjusting the sails now, because this is in the future, right? Adjusting your sails now, maybe you can keep your ship from, because it's not on fire here. That's happening right now. This commitment was in the reverse. So if you're struggling with your home life, now's the time to tune in, to draw in the healing energy from St. Raphael, to ask St. Michael to help you to navigate and listen to your heart, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition to navigate through. Okay, again with the reflection. People are reflecting back to you the way that you are acting. If you are not acting loving and kind, then you are not getting that back. If you're not acting with integrity and responsibility, you are not getting that back. It doesn't matter if this is in your home life or in your career life. However you are putting yourself into the world, you are definitely currently receiving back the energy that you're putting out. Okay, Archangel Gabriel. You have 3 archangels. This is so much firepower here. This is about communication. Written, spoken. If you ask for the guidance and the help right now through good communication, you are going to navigate this energy. Listening to spirit. Observing your words before you actually speak them, and how, if someone said that to you, would you feel about what you were hearing? I feel like curt communication at home has been really kind of jacking up the situation, especially since we're moving out of where the full moon was last time, was in your 3rd house of communication. And so, was it? No, that's what you're moving into. Oh, okay. So next, right? Hold on. I need to think. Working backwards through the zodiac is always confusing to me. The next full moon will be happening in Taurus. Yeah, so yes, that would be your 5th house. So the last one was in your communication house because that was in Pisces. So yes, yes. So you're coming out of the communication sector. Hopefully you released the negative energy surrounding the way you communicate with your loved ones and with people at work. So calling on Archangel Gabriel to help you to present your ideas and thoughts in a way that people want to hear them, in a way that they get the messages, in the way that it actually moves your life forward in a positive manner, would be very beneficial. And so not waiting until everything piles on top of you and then snapping at somebody. That's not healthy boundaries. It's the saying no along the way, but in a way that is not harmful. And showing your true self, showing that you are on top of it, that you are loving, that you are caring, that you are organized. Wow, there's a lot here. Calling on spirit and open the door. They are knocking. They want to bring you help and guidance. So Tap in. Tap in. Oh, yep. Okay. All right, so this was the first one that came out. This is about your fears and your anxieties. So if you are reacting from a place of fear and stress, it shows in your communication first. And generally we manage, okay, so say work has been stressful. We do pretty good at staying balanced out there in public, but when we get home, we take that crap out on the people that we care about the most that had almost nothing to do with what happened in the first place. And that is so hard on relationships. It really is. So what I see here is tapping into your Akashic records, looking back over your memories. What have you learned from things in the past? What is of value to you? What messages have you received in the past? I feel that there is this need to breathe. Like you really need to breathe. And you need to lift yourself up out of the emotional waters. Like the turbulence of it. Take a deep, clean breath. Focus on where you want to go. Get yourself grounded. She's coming up out of the water. Get yourself grounded. She's up in the air. There's the blue sky around her. You can do this. This is where you find the community, where you find the place where you fit in. Because next month, it is all about the groups and the group activities and where you fit in. And so if you want to move yourself forward in that direction, figuring out how to communicate this month feels very key. So communication from spirit, and then how to communicate to the people that you care about and the people that you work with seems very key to success. Yesterday when I was down at the lake, there were so many swans. There were 4 swans down there that the swans should show up there. It was a pair of swans and their 2 children. So it was very family-oriented. It was group-oriented. It was being there for each other. Apparently this one too. So we have signs from heaven. Okay, yes, Spirit wants to talk to you. Focusing in and listening, oh my gosh, and release all anger. So yes, taking that moment in the driveway before you get out of the car. And if you can't do it in the driveway, finding a place to pull over shortly before you get home, after you're out of the nasty commuting traffic, and finding a place where you can just sit, maybe listen to some music, maybe, I don't know, journal a little, releasing your negative attitudes of the day, leaving that crap at work so that when you go home and you're at home and not dragging the stuff in and taking out your anxieties and your stress in the home that belongs at work. And then finding a way to communicate at work that relieves the stress, that handles the problems, like take care of the business of work, setting the healthy boundaries at work. This is going to require focus and attention on both. And also, what if at home everything is all crapped up and you are dragging that stuff into work and it's impacting your ability to be successful at work? Also a possibility. Wow, you have a book all of a sudden coming out. All right, so we have flexibility. Being flexible, being adjustable. Capricorn, you know how to do that. You're good at that. We have a change in the wind, so things are shifting, things are changing. I think you'll really notice it when we get to December. There is that full moon in Cancer, and that's followed by that nice new moon happening in your sign. Both of them are eclipses. This came in the reverse. So making sure you're getting plenty of sleep. It says a time for a nap, which makes me think that you're not resting enough. Things are not really in balance. And then look at this. This is all about how do you create the loving atmosphere that you want. We have milk and honey. This is appreciation for the gifts and the goodness in your life and exchanging gifts. This is the giving and the receiving of love and kindnesses and help and guidance. And so I feel like the rainbow feels like a commitment, right? So this is a commitment to your family. This is a commitment to the life you want to create. And this feels like a commitment from Spirit to be there for you. So make sure you're asking for the help and the guidance so that it can be there. This looks like kind of tough energy. I'm not going to lie. It looks a little tough there. But you're not alone. You have a lot of help. So Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and then anyone else you want to ask. Okay? These 3 volunteered, which tells me that it's about healing of the heart. It's about needing to feel safe and protected. And it's about communication. So those are all really important aspects. But if you can't remember any of these names, God, please help me to understand, to communicate, to whatever it is that you need or want, right? You have to ask. Wow, a book again, honestly. So we have Emerald showing up. This is about finances, right? So one more time. I earn unlimited income doing what I love. I am successful in all of my pursuits. That's Emerald. But that's balanced out with this rose quartz. Whoa, you can't even see this. There we go. Woo, sweet spot. Okay, I allow love and open my heart to attention, affection, and my romantic partner. This is definitely, and they're both heart chakra colors. There's the green and the pink. And so this is definitely about balancing in the heart, being able to navigate between work and home. And how do you create abundance in both? How do you find the milk and honey, the land of the milk and honey? Physical activity is a great stress reliever, and it's being recommended. I am healthy and strong thanks to my physical movement and exercise outdoors. So on your way home, stop and take a walk through a park. If it's nasty weather out, join a gym, go and work out. Do something to release the anxiety and stress before you get home. Find a way to do that. Walking in the park requires 10-15 minutes to decompress. So if you can do that, I highly recommend that. Because one of the problems with Capricorn is that we have a tendency to be workaholics. And so the more time you are taking at the gym and then you're gone at work all the time might leave the impression at home that they're last on the list. And so communicating with your partner, I am trying to figure out how to decompress from work before I get home, and so I am going to make a habit of stopping and taking a quick walk just to release the day so I can come home and be totally present to you, and this relationship and our family would go a long way to making that not a nightmare scenario with repercussions that you didn't see coming. Okay, so opening up with the communication so that they know what it is you're trying to accomplish by hitting the gym before you get home, that you're not being selfish, that you're actually just trying to come home in a better mood with those endorphins flowing so that you can pour out the love and affection that you feel for your family in an appropriate manner that everybody can appreciate. And then we have my emotions are balanced. I react to others in an effective and loving way. This is not being curt with those that you care about, not taking out the stresses of work at home. And not taking out the stresses of home at work. Could go both ways. And I confidently show my true colors to others. I am fabulous. I am fabulous. Right? Accept your magnificent. That's Archangel Raphael's card, by the way. So, and I confidently, the peacock copper, I confidently show my true colors to others. I am fabulous. Your true colors is your loving, caring nature. Your ability to overcome obstacles, your flexibility and your problem-solving skills, your creative problem-solving, these are your strengths. So finding a way to project those and releasing the anger and the negative stuff and putting it where it belongs is very healthy. Those are those healthy boundaries. Did you have a healthy boundary card? You did. Healthy boundaries. All right. And when you have healthy boundaries, see how that forms that little heart there? Nice. All right, you take care. I will see you here on Thursday for next week's. Have a great month. It looks like a lot of hard work, but you can do this. I know you can. I have faith in you. We'll talk soon.